Oh man, today's featured creature is the Asian Giant Hornet, also known as the Murder Hornet. A few of you asked to see them after the last video, so I took a big risk to put this one together. This is the world's largest and most venomous hornet. Its stinger can easily pierce through rubber gloves, injecting a large amount of venom in one sting. Multiple people die every year from its attacks. A truly fearsome creature. The Asian Giant Hornet's venom can cause anaphylactic shock or cardiac arrest. It also breaks down muscle tissue, frequently resulting in serious permanent scarring. Oh, that's terrifying. Could these actually be kept as pets? So I looked up this dangerous insect online. Oh my god, it's really for sale. Whoa, just $5 for one. I'm actually tempted to keep this crazy pet, so I went ahead and ordered it. The next day, my package arrived. The thing is, this insect probably isn't built for shipping. I'm worried about how it'll do. Wow, I ended up with 3 hornets, but I only paid for one. Unfortunately, one giant Asian hornet died, so now there's just the other giant and a regular-sized hornet left. Actually, all I've got left alive is this one giant Asian hornet. The other one's a brown wasp, and it's much smaller. Actually, there are several types of giant Asian hornets with different markings, but they're all similar in size, and people call them murder hornets or tiger head hornets. Okay, here's the dead Asian giant hornet up close. It's huge and quite intimidating. The giant hornet's stinger is long, nearly a centimeter, and stiff. Its stinger can even pierce tough rubber saws. That's insane! Now I'm going to try to pull the stinger out. Let's see what it looks like. The stinger came out still attached to part of its abdomen. Since it died recently, the body is still relatively intact. Whoa, seeing it up close really shows how tough this thing is. Alright, meet today's featured creature, a strikingly beautiful giant hornet. I'm planning to transfer it to a glass container, but to be honest, I'm pretty nervous. That's why I've got gloves on and even wearing a full bee suit. Oh, it's super aggressive. It landed right on my hand. Thank goodness I had gloves on, or that would have freaked me out. The buzzing is incredibly loud, really alarming. You know, I just realized I haven't named it yet. Given its striped color and fiery temper, I'm thinking tiger. That sounds fierce and powerful. Tiger hasn't settled in yet. It's restless and beating its wings frantically in the container. These hornets are actually powerful flyers. Later in the video, I'll take off my gloves and let the Asian giant hornet land on my hand to see what happens. I have to admit, I'm so nervous. Now, after its 2-day journey in sweltering heat, I figured the tiger must be thirsty and hungry. I offered it some honey water. He soon smelled it and came over. It drank a little but didn't seem very interested. I guess it's time to settle him in somewhere comfortable. Well, let's set up a new home for Tiger. Actually, I had a glass enclosure custom made, set up a breathable area for him to move around in, and got some syringes for feeding him honey and water. These are other landscaping materials. I'll stick some soft bark to the glass. This will help the terrarium feel closer to a natural habitat. Most importantly, I've placed a hollow bark tube for the tiger. This way he'll have a decent hiding spot. Next, press broken bark pieces onto both sides of the terrarium. Make sure to leave gaps between them for airflow. Actually, this bark is leftover material from a previous project. It works surprisingly well here. I've put a fiber mat at the bottom of the terrarium. It's a natural material that'll help the tiger feel more comfortable here. Next, we'll mix up a special soil blend. Beyond regular loess, I'm adding elm bark powder. This boosts the mixture's stickiness. Finally, we'll mix in plant fibers. Together, these materials create a strong structure. They're also somewhat water resistant. Try adding a bit more water. It boosts stickiness and makes the mixture easier to work with. Now, press the clay into the bark gaps. This gives a more natural look while securing the bark firmly. Honestly, I love this part. It's so satisfying. Time to install the glass door for this terrarium. This is a piece of glass I customized with suitable size. First, fix it with tape to prevent the glass from falling. Then apply glue on the hinges. Finally stick the hinges to the glass corners. Now the glass door is made. Okay, to make the Asian giant hornet like this home, I prepared a branch. Fixed it with glue here, filled gaps with cotton to make it stick firmer. Wow, looks not bad. For being more beautiful, I put an air pineapple resistant to drought in this position. Okay, one last key step. Drill 2 holes in the activity area and fit the syringes through. Then bond this vented accessory to the outside of the terrarium with adhesive for a solid hold. Alright, after all this waiting, our star tiger is finally back. This time, take off the gloves and let him explore my hands. It's nerve-wracking. Seems he's not keen on stepping onto my hand yet. Easy now, good boy. Relax and come on over. Oh my god, after some hesitation, the hornet finally crawled onto my hand. Direct contact felt far less dangerous than expected. The key is avoiding provocation. Interestingly, it seems to lack a visible stinger, suggesting it's male. In female Asian giant hornets, the stinger serves both as a reusable weapon and an egg-laying tube. Males are less threatening, though their powerful mouth parts can still inflict serious bites if provoked. Watching the tiger crawl freely over my hand is incredible, but I'd strongly advise against keeping these as pets. The risks are just too high, especially for allergy-prone individuals. Now your new home all set. Time to explore. Hope you like it. After all that work, the new home is finally ready. Our tiger must be exhausted by now. I gently lowered him inside. In fact, when these insects are inactive, they prefer dark environments. I routinely cover light permeable areas of the enclosure to maintain darkness. What's cool is that it found its way to the activity area in no time. In fact, this space is actually vital for him. It mimics a hornet's comfortable habitat and lets us stock it with clean water and food. I filled syringes with plain water and honey solution. While both provide hydration, honey isn't suitable as staple food. They primarily hunt live insects for nutrition. Tiger kept pacing around, clearly struggling to adjust. Its wings buzzed loudly, quite intimidating. I figured it needed time to settle. Soon it retreated under the bark, likely reacting to the bright lighting. Alright, settle in and get some rest now. Finally, I added a mealworm beetle, a tiny critter, so he won't be alone. Hopefully they'll get along peacefully. Where to house this brown wasp? Honestly, I hadn't prepped an enclosure for it, so it's temporarily staying in the glass habitat we built earlier. But be warned, it's a speedy crawler and surprisingly agile. One slip and it'll escape in a flash. Okay, that's an Asian giant hornet for today. More great pet adventures coming soon. Your likes and subscriptions mean the world. Thanks so much!